When you have the sun in the background and you have the wind turbine rotating, well, that wind turbine projects a shadow all the way down, which could go for several kilometers. Now imagine somebody opening and closing a switch of light in your room, and you're trying to sleep with your eyes closed, and even with your eyes closed, you can see these shadows, and it's disturbing. And some people found that very annoying.
The turbines are located a minimum of 550 meters from houses. At that distance, they're supposed to emit about 40 decibels of sound. Now, what does this mean for a place like Big Island? It means that the level of sound is going to change over the whole island.
The CNE turbine has not worked for a very, very long time. The Dutch developer that built it went bankrupt very shortly after he built it. It's now no longer working. It has been disconnected from the grid. It's just a spinning fan. Yeah, so there's the CNE turbine, our symbol of green hope for us.
The harm it's done to people already is really disturbing, and it continues.
In late October, a conference was held in Picton, the heart of Prince Edward County. The conference was to discuss the adverse health effects and the financial and environmental impact of living near wind turbines. We heard from everyone from doctors and professors to acousticians and economists. Each had a unique perspective on wind turbines and the negative effect on their surroundings.
Going to the first topic, air pollution. So the reality here is actually quite stark. Air pollution in Ontario has been falling, not rising, for decades.
And some of the studies on looking at people who live near highways show similar adverse health effects for the people living near, particularly heavily trafficked highways with a lot of truck traffic, to people that are in other areas where there's a lot of high frequency or low frequency sound, which would be airports and wind turbines, of course.
Swoosh, swoosh, which is definitely there.
Ringing, buzzing, sizzling, or waterfall noises. These were all things that people described to me.
So the fact you don't hear it doesn't mean to say the ear doesn't detect it. The ear detects it just fine.
Noise stops you getting to sleep, particularly if it's annoying sort of noise. And we've heard already how wind turbine noise, and many of you experienced it, is a particularly annoying, impulsive, in-your-face, irritating sort of noise. So we need sleep that's adequate in duration and adequate in terms of quality.
And on the economic side, wind energy subsidies and feed-in tariffs do not create jobs, they destroy them through higher energy prices and higher taxes.
There are two sides to almost everything, and wind turbines aren't any different.
What we're really hearing is, no, my property value will drop.
Real estate values? Are you leaving? Real estate values only matter if you're planning on selling your house and leaving. You can make that argument, but I don't want to hear any other arguments about noise and visual impact because you're not going to be here.
Look at the situation in Ontario. We have been able to, with help from natural gas, we have been able to reduce our emissions dramatically by reducing our reliance on coal. And it's very simple. For every megawatt of wind, you don't have to produce a certain megawatt of some other form of electricity.
Over 9,000 Ontarians die prematurely every year because of smog, which exacerbates their heart condition or their asthma or what have you. I mean, that's something to be taken seriously. Coal plants kill people, and windmills do not kill people. It's just that simple.
Hey, I'm going to live here. My children, my grandchildren live here. How silly is it for them to think that we would do anything that would jeopardize our health or their health?
Down the road, it will become evident, or it will become more evident, that we don't need the level of nuclear that we need. Renewable energy is the accepted standard that we should be striving for. Hi, Mitch. How are you doing?
Good to see you again,
Nice
Mike.
to see you. Welcome.
Thank you. We're in your home. Your extremely eco-friendly home.
And I bet you didn't notice anything that made it eco-friendly on the way in.
This is Mike Brigham. I met Mike at a Toronto Wind Action meeting we'd been invited to cover. He and his wife came up to speak to me at an intermission. He said that he planned to refute some of the information that was going to be presented and that he would pass it along to me. Mike and I stayed in contact after the meeting, and he invited us to take a tour of his extremely eco-friendly home. He claimed that his house produced and conserved so much energy every month that instead of hydro bills, he was receiving checks. I had to see for myself. I did, but not at first. It took us a few seconds to notice. So.
Well, the house was designed not to look, like anything unusual. It's supposed to look like every other house, both inside and out. And that was one of the things that we found difficult to locate in other houses that were very eco-friendly.
Mike's house isn't located in the country with lots of land. He's comfortably located a few hundred feet from Lake Ontario at the east end of the beach. His home features a solar PV and hot water recovery system, as well as an R2000 standards rating, meaning it meets regulations on energy efficiency.
Oh, we lost her. We're losing our son.
Oh, it's got a solar panel.
Oh, it's solar panel powered.
Okay,
yeah,
I see.
it's a solar powered wind turbine.
Yeah, it's just like a novelty kind
Zoom
of.
out a little
Yes.
bit. Yeah. Get that wide. Like get the solar panel on it too. Yeah. Mike wasn't finished helping the documentary though. He is a member of Windshare, a wind power cooperative that jointly owns the wind turbine at Exhibition Place. Through Mike's connections at Windshare, he was able to help us set up a weekend when we could camp below the turbine. For the next 3 nights, my crew and I were going to sleep approximately 80 feet from the wind turbine and see if being extremely close for an extended period of time affected us.